guys.
Hi guys.
Pri and I thought we'd sit down and catch you guys up a little bit. Our last ultrasound, our last video, was really nerve-wracking for us because we were waiting to see if there would be growth. And it turned out that there was follicle growth, which was awesome. And now we're just sitting here waiting for our next one, essentially. So we thought we'd catch you up on how we're feeling and how the weekend went.
Yeah, absolutely. And also because we have a few new subscribers that we've gotten recently. And we've gotten a few questions in our comments what it is that we're doing this cycle, and we're doing timed intercourse. This is our third medicated cycle with this clinic here in Brazil. And the first one didn't pan out at all. I didn't ovulate. I just used Gonal-F. The second one, I did ovulate 4 eggs, which was incredible.
Yeah.
But we just got a BFN at the end of that cycle, and after that, we discovered a few things with an HSG that I took, and I had to go through a laparoscopy surgery. After that surgery, here we are. We're doing our third medicated cycle, and things seem really, really promising.
Yeah, it's the addition of that Clomid again. That first cycle, it was just Gonal-F, and there was really nothing to write home about. Like Priscilla said, we didn't even get to the timed intercourse portion of things.
Yep.
Second medicated cycle, the Clomid was added to the Gonal-F, and Priscilla's body just responded so well to it, and that's exactly where we are again. The second one didn't turn out the way we wanted to. Here we are, third medicated cycle, and we're waiting to find out from our next ultrasound when and if Priscilla ovulated, which is what we're crossing our fingers for.
Yeah, so as you guys saw on our first ultrasound after I took the medication, we had a ton of egg growth. I had 16 eggs growing, which is insane. These are IVF numbers. Yeah. So my doctor obviously chose not to give me any more medication. I didn't need it at that point. However, we didn't know if all those eggs were going to grow to a mature size. We were under the impression that they weren't, just because I didn't take that much medication. I just took 50 units of Gonal-F for 6 days and 50 milligrams of Clomid for 5 days. This is not a lot of fertility medication at all, considering the fact that if you go through IVF, you have to take a lot more medication than that.
When we were at the pharmacy, in fact, purchasing the Gonal-F for this round of medication, we saw a woman in there, and Priscilla struck up a conversation, who was buying the same medication, Gonal-F, to go through IVF. And if memory serves, she bought 6 times as much. Yeah. That's an incredible amount. So we're really fortunate, we feel right now, to be getting this sort of production from just such a small dose.
Absolutely, yes, no question. So when we saw that first result of 16 eggs, I think I was more scared than Ryan, because I was very afraid of ovarian hyperstimulation and other complications that can come with so many eggs, especially if you're not going through IVF. Like we are not. We're doing timed intercourse, as you guys know. So I was a little bit afraid, but I also knew by the numbers that not all of them would get to maturity, because the largest that we had on cycle day 11 was 15 millimeters. So then we had a couple with 13, a few at 11, something like that. So we knew that, we wanted at least 2 or 3 good ones that were above 18 millimeters in the following ultrasound, and that's exactly what we got. We got 4 great ones.
Yeah, so we have 4 viable follicles right now, which hopefully have 4 beautiful eggs inside of them, and will, get us where we want to go. It really is the truth that after that first, of the medicated ultrasounds, that I was feeling a lot more excited. I mean, it was just to hear 16, it's such a big number, and I was feeling pumped about it. But
we're at least one out of these.
Our odds are good. I swear our odds are good here. But you did have took a more measured approach, I think, and certainly more than our last medicated cycle as well, because that ended up being a little bit of a letdown in the end, and I think we're trying to learn from that, and trying to keep ourselves a little bit more in that middle place.
Correct.
This time around.
For sure. I mean, you guys know, if you go through infertility and you have, BFNs over and over and over, and especially for us, just coming out of a chemical pregnancy, a surprise chemical pregnancy, that's something that we weren't expecting, and we didn't even expect to know the results of, of that our last beta test. And I feel like right now I am definitely still very positive and very, looking forward to the cycle, but I am much more measured and trying to keep my emotions in check.
I think even as we sit here, I feel a lot of hope for this cycle because of actually the negative of the chemical pregnancy. It was so unexpected, but it showed that Priscilla's body is working. It's doing what it should be doing, and I feel like this is all happening just as it should. Because of the medicated cycle that didn't work out for us the last time around, it then led to this laparoscopy, this surgery, which repositioned Priscilla's tubes, and I feel like it just opened. Yeah, it's a huge deal. I mean, and it just opened things up for us.
Right. If I was ovulating before, perhaps my tubes would have never captured any eggs.
Right.
That if I ever ovulated on my own in the past, and in 4 years we would just be trying for nothing.
I mean, maybe we were doing everything right for 4 years, and it's just that the tubes were never in the right spot, you know, and now they are. So. Yeah. So then there was this chemical pregnancy, which was such, an emotional roller coaster, but at the same time, it showed us that your body is doing what it ought to do, because we weren't planning for that, obviously. Right. It was just, it sort of happened in that in-between place after the laparoscopy, before we were able to begin this medicated cycle. And so it brings us to the present moment, and I feel really good because, again, knowing that you have so many eggs inside of you from so little medication, knowing that I really feel positive that you're going to ovulate. Yeah. And now we know, that your body is lined up to capture and to snag what it needs to snag. So that's, I guess, where we are in the moment. I feel good moving forward, and yet still we just have to wait. Yeah. Always wait.
Well, this brings us up to today, or better yet, to this weekend. Right. So today's Sunday. Yesterday was Saturday, obviously. But yesterday, actually Friday night, we got a text from my nurse, and she said that my doctor wanted me to go in the following morning to a lab in downtown, which is, not all labs are open on Saturdays. Right. So this one was, and she wanted me to go there and get blood work done. He wanted to know my LH levels and my estrogen levels. And the reason that we understood, LH obviously to see if I had any surge for ovulation, and estrogen because we know that I had a lot of follicles, but we don't know how many eggs there are inside of these follicles. So an estrogen level, allows, I think, the doctor to speculate whether or not, I have lots of eggs, if these are empty follicles, or how things are going. So we try to put a rush. We actually requested a rush in the results, but they just didn't get ready. So
human error, who knows what happens.
Or they didn't have time. To be fair, the lab was only open until, I don't know.
It was like another hour or so after we were there. We hoped they'd get it to us, but they didn't. But we should find out the results
tomorrow.
On Monday. Tomorrow.
So tomorrow is Monday, and now we also have an ultrasound scheduled for tomorrow to confirm ovulation. And we're really excited. I'm also nervous because I have no idea. I don't know. I don't want to overanalyze my symptoms at the moment, or think, oh my gosh, I'm feeling like this. It's probably ovulation. I'm feeling bloated. Oh, it's because I'm having, it's like my high levels of progesterone from ovulation. Yeah. So I think it's so easy in this infertility process to analyze every single thing that happens in your body. We're now waiting for the results of the blood work that I did yesterday, and we're waiting also anxiously for the ultrasound that we have tomorrow.
Definitely.
Tomorrow will be a really decisive ultrasound, perhaps, the one that we're waiting for, because it will let us know whether or not I ovulated, and if I did, we are officially in our 2-week wait.
Yeah, we've been, doing the deed as one ought to do during this process. Right. So we're totally caught up on that, and as Priscilla says, we're just awaiting that result now. Forgive us the schedule here as far as videos is concerned. This is going to go up on Tuesday, and then just because of our schedule this week, and then the ultrasound being a little bit last minute on Monday, that'll go up on Thursday for you guys. So hang tight, and we'll have that result for you, and hopefully it'll be a great result. And then, like Priscilla says, we'll be in full-on 2-week wait distraction mode, and you guys can help keep us distracted as we wait for the news to roll.
Absolutely.
In. Thanks, guys, for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and that this helps to catch you up on exactly where we are of the process, especially as Priscilla mentioned earlier, if you're new to the channel and are looking to sort of follow us along here as we move toward what we really hope and pray is going to be a positive. If you did like this video, give it a big thumbs up and be sure to leave a lovely supportive comment down low and subscribe if you haven't already and if you are new to the channel, and we'll see you guys back again in our next one.
Bye!
Bye!
There's so many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to